What's up, everybody, and welcome to another review of Impact Wrestling tonight. February, excuse me, so I got a cold. February the 4th, got a lot of things going on in the show tonight, still in Mexico or whatnot. Pretty much, I don't know what the build is into right now. I guess they're trying to build to that Sacrifice show, which I know is on Impact Plus. I may have to start probably watching these Impact Plus shows. Maybe I'll download the app possibly, or just check it out online. But allegedly those things are canon, and it does have some matches being built into it. But we did kick off the show with Tessa Blanchard coming out. Pretty much she's been here what Ace Austin has been saying about her and whatnot, and pretty much she wants to play mind games and everything, but she's hard to kill and whatnot. But I'm not hard to find either. So if you want to come fight, you got a problem, let's do this right now. Ace Austin came out with Reno Scumnin and whatnot. Pretty much he sent Adam Thornstone in there to go against Tessa. Solid match. I'm sure a lot of people are not going to be fans of this for obvious reasons, so I'm not going to get into the whole intergender wrestling is not everybody's cup of tea and whatnot, but it was a solid match and whatnot. Of course, Tessa pretty much ended up getting the upper hand, trying to get the buzzsaw DDT in there about 3 times. Ace Austin tried to get involved, but it did not work. She pretty much ended up doing a big dive onto the outside of the ring on Ace Austin and Luster the Legend. Pretty much coming back inside the ring, then taking down Thornstone with a hammerlock DDT. But as soon as she won, Thornstone pretty much came in. Not Thornstone, but Luster there came in here with tried to go for a German suplex. She kicked him in the nuts, but Ace Austin was able to take her down in. They ended up jumping her. Pretty much Reno Scum held up Tessa Blanchard. Ace Austin came back in with a kicked in on her. Was about to use his gambit stick baton thing he uses and whatnot that pops up out of nowhere half the time, and was about to hit her with it. But next thing you know, Tommy Dreamer comes out with the save with a kendo stick. I swear to God, I see Tommy Dreamer on several different wrestling shows out the week for some reason. He's everywhere, I tell you. Tommy Dreamer is everywhere. But as Tommy pretty much came out and made the save after that, they went to Taya, who was asking for help, I guess still with Jordan Grace, and tried to ask he tried to ask help from Kiera Hogan and Madison Rayne again, but they pretty much disagreed. Said, "You're on your own. We're not doing this. Go pay someone else to do it. We're not doing it this time. We already did what we tried to do. So we're not helping you. Okay, not happening." Pretty much. After that, they went back from commercial, which I guess was during commercial. Tommy Dreamer pretty much called out Ace Austin, say, "You want to fight? How about this? False count anywhere. No rules. We go things in a street fight base." Well, I shouldn't say false count anywhere, but a street fight. So ECW style tonight, if you want to go off from there. Pretty much as they tried to go with Josh Matthews and Don Callis talking. Once again, the graphic kept showing up, said ICU, like it was a technical difficulty thing going on. Obviously, this is the work of Sami Callihan. We have not seen Sami Callihan on the show in over 3 weeks right now. I don't even know if he was here for the tapings and that, but we have not seen him in over 3 weeks now, as he's been playing mind games and whatnot. We haven't really seen him since that, show that happened after Hard to Kill when he lost the world title, but subliminal messages he is leaving throughout the show without really being known. Rhino went against Tars. Not to say about this match. It's pretty good. Well, okay at best, really. It pretty much ended up with Moose coming out there for the DQ, attacking both of them. Moose was beating up Rhino. He was going to go for Tars, but Tars headbutted him. Rhino ended up hitting him with the Gordon, knocking him down. So, DQ finish, but I guess Rhino versus Moose again at this Sacrifice show. So I guess that's going to be, I'm surprised they're still brawling with each other, but, we're not brawling, but I'm surprised this feud is still going on. Hopefully it ends after that, and we move Moose on to someone else important, okay? Michael Elgin was cutting a promo in the back, pretty much saying next week it will be match 2 in this best of 5 series against Eddie Edwards. He ended up submitting Eddie Edwards last week with a submission, and all he's ever wanted was the world championship. That's his main goal. But after this, with Eddie Edwards, this whole thing with Eddie Edwards, I guess he's gonna get that Call Your Shot trophy and move on to go for the world championship. Johnny Swinger was in the back. He pretty much talked to the Desi Hit Squad, talking about a challenge. As Sheer said, challenge. He says, yeah, man, you and the Mac next week, okay? The Pac and the Pac and Mac here, we're a team, all right? So you're gonna go 1-on-1. I'll make sure to tell him that. So that was gonna happen. Next, this is gonna be a segment which I don't know if a lot of people are fans of, especially with this whole Undead Nightmare or just where Rosemary is right now, but. It ended up being Taya. Well, Taya was pretty much trying to talk to Rosemary. I guess she kept talking Rosemary's ear off several times. To use her for backup or whatnot against Jordan Grace. And as she kept talking to Rosemary, Rosemary was just waiting for something and not really paying attention to Taya, which James Mitchell looked like he was listening to his iPod or his phone to music, not paying attention and whatnot. Pretty much Rosemary starts grabbing him by the neck, trying to choke him out, throwing him into a closet room, it looked like, and just left him. He said, sorry, Valkyrie, we are very busy right now. And then when we came back from commercial, Havoc was trying to get Mitchell out, but pretty much Rosemary choked out Havoc then. Basically coming out, getting ready for her match with Susie. She pretty much was smiling most of the time and everything. Rosemary wanted her to hit her, but Susie wouldn't do it. She said, that's bad. And whatnot. So Rosemary had to hit her. She's about to cry. She took out the Su Yung bloody glove thing, slapped Susie across the face with it, which pretty much she put the glove on, screamed, and started to snap, brawling with her, trying to put the mandible claw into Rosemary, but Rosemary fought out, and Susie didn't know what was going on. They basically fought pretty much around the ring and then pretty much up the stage, which I guess was a no contest. Then we go into cinematic mode then, which this is almost like the same hallway they were in Mexico, especially when they quote-unquote killed Su Yung. And I guess Rosemary found a random noose, or maybe she had the noose hidden for some or whatever, basically trying to choke hang, but choke out Su Yung, Susie, to turn back into Su Yung as security guards tried to stop it. Basically, the screen just starts doing flashbacks to when Havoc was hanging Su Yung many months ago in Mexico and whatnot on Impact. Basically, she choked her to turn her back into, I guess, the undead bride of Su Yung. So she isn't Susie anymore. She is Su Yung, as pretty much Havoc looked like she saw a ghost in and whatnot. And then when we came back from commercial, security, Rosemary and Havoc were all laid out on the floor. James Mitchell pretty much came in as Rosemary Ladd said, I hope you're happy now. We're all doomed, okay? So she's resurrected Su Yung. Now, I'm going to say this. I feel like this angle has kind of gone on a little bit too long. I was okay with the Susie thing because it was a little bit interesting. I'm like, okay, it's not just Undead Bride Su Yung. We'll see where this goes for many months. But I have somewhat liked and disliked this feud in a way. I feel like Rosemary needs to go do something different after this feud. Maybe go back for the title or something, because I believe this undead thing has gone on long enough. I don't know who's really running that. Maybe it's her writing it. I don't think she's writing it, or maybe she's got a hand in it. Maybe James Mitchell, depending on how much power he has, or I don't know, Don Callis or whatnot. But I feel like this has gone on for many weeks now. Maybe this is finally ending now, since Su Yung is back to normal Su Yung and not this nice Susie girl and whatnot. But I guess Rosemary has unleashed the undead bride or demon, or I can't really say demon because Rosemary technically a demon assassin, but I don't know, she's unleashed her back to full potential and whatnot, which even James Mitchell, a lot of people say, why do you keep bringing her out with you most of the time if she's just gonna break out and she's just gonna wander off and whatnot around the ring, and could have kept her in the back hidden somewhere, but I guess Havoc and them could, hide her and everything. So Rosemary, I guess, brought her back to be the real Su Yung again or whatnot. I don't know how long this is going to go on for. Maybe it's going to be a triple threat. I don't know. Maybe a Monsters Balls match. I don't know how long this is going to go, but hopefully this ends soon, because I've even seen people that are getting sick of this Rosemary and this undead stuff and wish she move on to something else, because I don't know. I feel like ever since Rosemary came back from injury, it hasn't been the same Rosemary in a way. It has a little, but ever since that knee injury, it kind of took her down a couple notches and whatnot. So we'll see what happens since the real Su Yung has returned. But hopefully we see something good from this. But I know people that are sick of this whole undead thing, are just tired of it at this point. Just want everybody to move on to a different storyline in Impact, or just move on to anything different, okay? But they want this to end. But like I said, I'm okay with it in some ways, but even I kind of wanted to move on at this point. TJP went against Vikingo. Probably the best match of the entire night. Holy shit, the crowd was really into this one, okay? Of course, you get your chain wrestling, and both of these guys counter each other, doing flips and whatnot. This Vikingo guy, man, I am telling you, this dude is the truth. I don't know why. This guy is just great in the ring. And TJP, too, was going great out there also, but one thing I like was when he did like a springboard spear. Never really seen something like that. That looked cool on TJP. Pretty much, pretty much very submission based half the time. Whatnot. A lot of high flying and submissions in this match. Okay, TJP trying to hit submissions on Vikingo before he could really kick out. Pretty much get out of it. Then, like I said, he was trying to focus on many moves, mostly focus on the arm or on the leg or whatnot. Both guys coming back at each other with chops and then a couple kicks or whatnot. I know Vikingo, he took TJP out to the floor, hit him with a big dive out there. One thing I did like when he had him on the ropes, which just looked pretty cool. Springboard leg drop, which, like I said, TJP still hanging on the ropes, so that looks good. He went for something up the top, but TJP pretty much came back with a tombstone then, taking him down, hit him with a frog splash. Kick out by Vikingo. Then crowd was just going hot for this guy too. Vikingo threw TJP into the corner, double kneed him, went for the pin. Still did not work in Vikingo's favor. Whatnot. Pretty much he was gonna go for a suplex up top, but TJP hit him with a big suplex on top. Transitioning, thought he was going for another suplex, but puts him into like the octopus then for the submission. Somehow Vikingo was able to get to the ropes or whatnot and get out of it. They pretty much started going back at each other with some punches then. Vikingo came back with a kick, which was pretty big, whatnot, because he did a springboard. TJP caught him, was about to go for the detonation kick. Vikingo was pretty much almost hit a Hurricane Rana, but TJP grabbed the leg, hit the Regal stretch on him, and got for a submission tap out victory. So a great match. Once again, Vikingo, that's 2 weeks in a row now. This guy's put on some great matches. One against Josh Alexander last week, and now this week against TJ Perkins out there. Both of these guys are really great in this match, and it was probably, like I said, best match of the night. Very enjoyable, and I like the finish of it too. Very high flying, very submission based style. Wow, I feel like I've seen one of those matches. Honestly, I feel like I've seen the same. I wouldn't say the same match, but I swear ZSJ and Ospreay did it on the New Beginning last Sunday. Go check out that review. But Perkins, like I said, Perkins and Vikingo was great. Like I say, I want to see more of this Vikingo guy. That's 2 weeks in a row. This guy has impressed me, so I want to see more of him. I really do. This guy's the shit. I'm telling you, this guy is good, real good. Cause he may do a lot of high flies, but this guy's not bad. He is over with the Mexico crowd. Of course, AAA. He works AAA. I know he had some titles out there, but he was like over, like really over in this match. So I enjoyed this a lot. Hopefully we see more of this guy in the future. That's 2 weeks in a row now, like I said before. But I don't know, man. Folks ready to start booking this guy. This is a guy you want to keep on the radar. I don't know why. I never say stuff like that a lot, but he's something you want to keep on the radar, Vikingo. But pretty much right after then, the North came out and attacked Vikingo. They didn't attack TJP. Fallah Bahh was ready to fight. The North was about to do something, but they pretty much backed off then as Fallah Bahh checked on Perkins then after that. But next thing you know, Katie Forbes was talking to Joey Ryan, talking about something big and whatnot. Wanted to touch it, but Van Dam attacked him from behind, and pretty much they both stepped on Joey Ryan. Says, "Oh, you want to touch it? Yeah, touch that." Basically, RVD pretty much was leaving the arena saying he was cool as a cucumber, saying like he's gonna show Joey Ryan what's up next week, I guess. This is something I do not want to see, but I'd rather see Van Dam kick the living dog shit out of Joey Ryan if that was necessary, though, and frog slash the fuck out of him. I don't want to see RVD take a dick spot, but unfortunately, I feel like that's going to happen. I hope they pay Van Dam a lot of money to do this, but yeah, fuck Joey Ryan, though. But after that, OVE Chris Brothers went against Daga and Dr. Wegner Jr. Not a good match. Pretty much ended up with Daga and them winning. I don't know. Daga still wooden and bland out there, basically. Dr. Wagner Jr. is a legend, and of course he's gonna get a good reaction, big reaction and whatnot. But Daga is still wooden. Not a bad wrestler, but he's just kind of whatever there, really. Madman Fulton ended up attacking from behind. He hit his end of days on Daga, doing a thumbs up, thumbs down. As commentary was wondering where Sami Callihan was, they still haven't seen him, so don't know where he's at. Johnny Swinger was talking to the Mac, who was wearing a very great t-shirt. If you've seen the Batman animated series show, of course, or in the intro where Batman's at the end standing on the building, it's that same building, but it's got Darkwing Duck as the silhouette in a way, and whatnot in the picture. So it's like the shadow version of Darkwing Duck. I thought that looked pretty cool. Instead of Batman, Darkwing Duck was there. Pretty much say you got a match next week, and Mac was like, we ain't no team. Mac and Pac, he says, you think your Goo-Gats gimmick or whatever this is you got going on, I got my match next week. I know what to do, but yeah, I ain't involved with you, okay? Pretty much, Johnny Swinger like, yeah, the Mac and Pac, yeah, it's cool, man. Gotta raise up my COD or whatnot. So yeah, Mac just walked off. And then we got to the Falls Count Anywhere with Tommy Dreamer and Ace Austin. Very ECW style, like a lot of hardcore stuff going on. A lot of stuff, pretty much weapons. For some reason, Tommy Dreamer had I don't know, it was like a crutch or a kendo stick, dancing around with sombrero until he hit Ace Austin with, which they fought into the crowd. Then going in the commercial, even coming back after the commercial, they were falling back almost pretty much down to the crowd. One thing I did like was when Ace Austin did a big cross body from the crowd back onto ringside. I thought that looked pretty cool. I'll say that. Pretty much both guys were in the ring. Ace Austin had his card and he cut Tommy Dreamer's head with it, bleeding all over the place, which he even took a chair and started beating Tommy with it then. And pretty much as Tommy was on the ground as a bloody mess trying to get up, he pretty much tried to come back with some punches and whatnot. And Ace Austin, he bit Ace Austin there, but Ace Austin pretty much got back on him and pretty much did like his famous serve or whatnot from the top rope on Dreamer. Pretty much took the card then, and he was going to cut his hand or whatnot, but Tommy Dreamer ended up grabbing him in the nuts and even cutting him in the nuts with his own card. There was a table in the corner and a chair. Pretty much Dreamer crashed Ace Austin to the table and with a chair and then put him through the table then. Tommy pretty much got up and was still trying to take down Austin. Got him with a Russian leg sweep. He had a ladder then and set it up pretty much in the corner and stood on it. Was gonna, I guess, suplex Ace Austin off of it, but Ace Austin somehow with his magic gambit baton hit Tommy Dreamer in the face, and pretty much Ace hit the fold on him, winning this street fight. Tommy Dreamer, man, I gotta say, somehow, some way, this guy's in a lot of main events now. I'm sure people don't really want to see an ECW match from Tommy Dreamer at this point in the game or whatnot. It wasn't bad. I thought Ace Austin was good out there. Listen, come on, Ace Austin was going to win his match regardless. I know Tommy puts over a lot of people most of the time, but it's like he has to do this ECW hardcore style match half the time, which Tommy can somewhat still go. Now, I know a lot of people would try to tell me that with Tommy, when you see Tommy Dreamer on all these shows, I know he's just helping out talent, helping companies and everything. I know he runs that House of Hardcore, but a lot of people always say he's stealing money. I know this guy, he always says about Tommy Dreamer, he's stealing money. Stop showing up on all these shows. He's just stealing money all the time and whatnot. He's taking away TV time from other talent, but Tommy does help a lot of the talent and whatnot. I'm sure nobody doesn't want to see an ECW style match from here, like I said before, at this point in the game and whatnot. The guy was just bleeding all over the place because people already tell me this guy looks horrible out there. But, you know, I didn't hate this match. It got a lot of time, though. I will say that, all the way to the end of the show, nearly 20 minutes or whatnot. But I didn't hate this all the way. Let me be honest, but I can see why some people probably would not like this match in general, okay? But yeah, Ace won. Wasn't bad. I guess they went to war out there, but a couple cool spots. But come on, who else was really winning? It's Tommy's like he's always got to get involved somehow, some way to be on this show or any show. But the match wasn't that bad though. You know, overall, I just recommend going back to look at that Vikingo versus TJP match. That was a great match to watch and really fun. So I thought that was pretty good. The Ace stuff wasn't really bad throughout the night. The Su Yung, Rosemary, resurrecting Su Yung or whatnot. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of 50-50 between this whole Undead Realm, or I guess not the Undead Realm, but this is whatever dark thing story going on with Su Yung. I like it to an extent with Susie, but since now Su Yung is back, I'm assuming it'll be one more big match before they move on or whatnot. I'm not sure, but I did kind of find it funny when Taya was just talking to Rosemary, and Rosemary wasn't really paying attention, waiting to strike and take out James Mitchell, choking him out while he's trying to listen to his phone to some music or whatnot, okay? But, overall, that's my review of Impact tonight. Like I said, the rest of the show wasn't that bad. Some solid matches here and there or whatnot, but it kind of flowed along and moved nicely. I don't know if a lot of people are going to be a fan of the main event or not, or the Rosemary stuff, but we'll see what happens from that. But the best match out of this entire show, like I said before, was Vikingo versus TJP, and I really recommend looking back at that. But overall, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about Impact tonight. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Check out any other review that is up from the past right now. We got them all online. Raw, Impact, AEW, NXT, New Japan, any other review, or the Royal Rumble review. Like I said before, I've said many times, 2-hour review, audio format with my special guest on there. Took a lot and spoke a lot about the show itself, so please check out that review if you get the chance. But other than that, I am done with this review of Impact Wrestling. I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.